Boom.
Brosh! Yes. What's good, everybody? You know what time it is. I got that Sunday feeling, which I don't actually like. No, I do like Sundays. I'm not slagging Sundays off. Just been watching footy. Had a day of footy. What's good, everybody? You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. He's in, he's on, he's over. Had to move back to get his greatness in. The clout chasers here. Quick shit vid, got a little bit of stuff to rattle through. I just want to do a couple of quick shout outs. I've got a single out on the 13th of September. If you click the link in the bio immediately below, it'll show you where the track is and the best way to support it. Try to get a top 10 again. Last time we all got it to 7 in the hip hop charts, which is wild. So 2 people that have bought it yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, is Tam Scotty, and he's told me to. And his last bought it, so he's asked me to name Julie. So whether or not she's called Julie or not, I don't know. But so shout out to Tam Scotty and his lovely lady Julie. So quick shit vid, that's what we're all here for. So there's been a lot of talk about Jack Clarke, haven't they, over the past week. I think it's this thing again that sort of Leeds fans do, which I'm on, but I think it'd be brilliant signing Jack Clarke, and I'd like him to come back. I was actually gutted when he left the first time round. Well, the only time that he left. But it's a Leeds fan thing. Everybody can get behind that due to the fact everybody knows who he is. He played well against us last year. I think everybody sort of resented the fact he left, but he just wasn't sort of ready, was he? Went to Tottenham, didn't do anything, did he? To be fair to him, I don't necessarily think that's his problem. I think he went there. We seem to have a bit of a relationship with Spurs, don't we? I don't know what that means, but we seem to swap quite a bit. And you know, maybe we're in with Daniel Levi. Maybe we can Levi the man. Levy the man. But, I mean, it'd be mint signing. But, yeah, I think that's why everybody can go bonkers over it due to the fact that, you know, we all know him and it's like we know exactly the type of player that he is. But it would undoubtedly be a very good signing. Now, I have heard, and this is, as the Lord is my witness, from a relatively reliable source, but I are inclined to actually believe this guy. So, but I have heard that we've matched his release clause, so, and that has come as I say, but I'm unwilling to go out on a limb with that because I really don't believe the gadget. So I'm just passing on what I've been told. So everybody that comes to me and goes, "You fuck talking shit, you kid, you're just making stuff up," it's that I don't make stuff up. When I put Portsmouth postponed the first game, it's because there was an article. Now this is actually information that I've had through text, but the Portsmouth thing was an article online, and I just spoke about it, but the headline one, fucking clickbait on his videos, mate, are getting insane. There was a guy commented a couple of hours ago, because the thumbnail is with my hands are made like that. Well, unfortunately, what's been happening is people don't know they're my videos, so, you know, because I never put my face in the thumbnails, and I thought, I'm just going to have to do it, because people are saying I'm not seeing the video, so I'm not clicking on it. So I thought, I'll just have to put my face in the thumbnail. But ultimately, what am I going to do? Like a mugshot or a passport photo or something. I have to do something. I can't just go. Unless I might actually try that. But then, you know, probably go, why do you look like a Dumbo in your thumbnail? Like, well, because I am a Dumbo, mate. But yeah, Jack Clarke could be a mint signing. He did play for Sunderland. He was in the starting lineup. So it's obviously not as close to, you know, so for instance, Rutter, who's gone to Brighton. You know, he wasn't with us, was he, on Saturday? So they don't tend to play sort of like the week before the signing, and we are running out of time. Less than 14 days now, so it's getting a little bit edgy. There's also been some bollocks about Nonto wanting to push his way out. I have seen the light with that, though. We've been talking about that for a while, haven't we? And I do believe there is some potential to that, especially after the week we've had. Nonto's obviously been in scenarios before where he's tried to push his way out, or certainly his agent rumour has it that he has changed his agent. I can't profess to have looked too far into what his agent's name is or whatever, but that'd be an enormous loss. I'm concerned. Farke has said that he wants 4 players, and I think we're running out of time majorly to get 4 decent players in. We can definitely get 4 players in, but whether them 4 players come into the starting lineup, a lot of people saying, we need players to come in for the starting lineup, but it ain't that easy, is it? As we've found over time, sometimes they can start well. I could name, you know, just the players in the current side that have ended up running off. You know, Wibbling Wobber, he's now on bench. Aronson, the lightweight, he's now on bench. Peru started well. You know, he actually did start well for us, got 5 or 6 goals in whatever it was, probably 15 games by the end of it, and then ended up getting dropped and couldn't really get us back in the side. I don't want to have a go at Perisley, but I do think that number 10 role, as everybody's banging on about, it's becoming really boring. That I appreciate, but you know, I have to stipulate a few things. Some of these points are nuanced, guys, so go easy. Yeah? So sometimes I might say I think Geldart can do a better job than Peru in number 10. That is not the same as saying I think Geldart is the answer to our number 10 role. I think we need a number 10. I wanted Rutter. I would have kept Rutter at all costs, but he's gone now. So with what we've got left, I personally would have preferred to have seen Geldart in the 10 on Saturday. You know what you're getting off Peru. Peru's all right. He's a bit cumbersome. He loses the ball a bit. He's frustrating, but Geldart is all about it for me. That doesn't mean I think Geldart is the best player at the club. I think he probably deserves to be sat on the bench. But this is the nuance, guys. This is nuanced. So it's different. Sometimes I just talk, don't I? And nobody talks back to me. So maybe I appreciate the nuance doesn't come across due to the fact that there's nobody going, well, so what do you mean? Like, so when I go on Joe knows me and we talk, and I can Joe stand me up to something because he knows what I actually mean when I say it. So then I can rebuttal it. I actually said that I thought Geldart would have done better than Perizel on Joe's podcast after the game. And then we spoke about Geldart because Joe brought it back up, and I was like, yeah, I'm not saying Geldart's the answer by any means, but you know, again, while listening to me, rather than just listening to have a go at me, which is totally fine, get stuck in. I've never deleted a comment, I've never blocked anybody on here, so don't worry about it. I'm free game. So for more nuance, because I have to go to Fucker's defence. So hold up. Hey. Go easy on me, you dogs. So this is nuanced. So I am very positive before each and every game. No doubt. I am Team Farke, right? Unfortunately, two things can be true at the same time, can't they, boys and girls? So I will do my best once again to articulate my thoughts on the 49ers and Fucker, right? So Saturday, I wanted us to be more positive. I think that's Farke's fault. I think Farke might be making a point to suggest that we need more players, and we've gone up against West Brom and he thinks we're inferior. We've gone and got a point, which is a good point, which holds Farke in good stead to say that he can get a tune out of, he can get results, but requires some investment. Now, Farke requires some investment, right? But I think this time last year, for instance, Farke would not have set up like that against West Brom. He would have gone for a win. Farke was in the business of making a claim for him to actually be at the club. Now he's relatively cemented at the club. He's making a claim to say, to take it to the next step, I need some players in. So, you know, bringing Rothwell on in the 10, which I'm not, as I've said, particularly adverse to. I don't think it's an attackive sub. I don't think it's a substitution where you think, right, we're going to go for a goal here. I think that's perhaps, you know, you're 1-0 up against a decent side and you bring Rothwell on in the 10 because he's more likely to come and want to sit back into centre midfield, etc., etc. So are we cool with that? So it can be Farke's fault that we didn't play positive football, but that doesn't mean I'm Farke out. I think the 49ers have been done over a bit with contracts, for instance. That's one side of it. But I also agree that the 49ers have been negligent with the contract. They could have offered Rutter a new contract at the start of the season. They didn't. They could have offered him the whole time they've been there. They will know that the clause is there. There's some talk that Farke maybe didn't know that the contracts, that there was a release clause in the contract. And I'm sure from Farke that what he says is he's always saying that he doesn't like it when the club is not hold the cards, so a club can just come in and basically steal the player. Farke doesn't like that, so you would assume that Rutter's extremely in his plans. He would be the type of player that Farke would go to the board and say, no, get him on a new contract. The flip side of that is, I don't know why the 49ers said anything about the fact it were out of their hands when they said that they offered him a new contract just before he left, and that sparked the whole debacle about, well, why didn't you offer him it before? Now, if you just keep your mouth shut, people can come to your defence that think rationally, or at least try to, they might have potentially offered him a contract way back when, but Rutter didn't want that contract due to the fact he wanted a release clause, and they might have wanted to get rid of the release clause. These things are very nuanced. For instance, let's keep the nuance going. So the 49ers spoke out. People say that the fans deserve a right for the 49ers or the chairmans and stuff to talk to the fans. I don't think that is a God-given right that you get. I actually don't as a fan. I'd rather they did talk to us, but I'd rather they either did or they didn't. That's nuance. So, for instance, at the start, that Marrakesh, whatever the guy's called, he gave a big game, came out all guns blazing, got his balls out saying that he does these contracts with his eyes closed. Well, and now he don't want to say out. So that's like me doing a video, isn't it? Doing a video, giving it big at the start of the season, and then bottling it, like, to be honest, like I nearly did when it went to shit past week and a half. I don't really want to do a video when it's gone to shit. I don't like feeling like this. I didn't like going on Just Joe's show for the past 2 shows, being in a bad mood. I was fucked off. The whole scenario is pissing me off. It doesn't have to all be plain sailing and rosy. I'm up for debate. I'm bang up for it. This is why we watch and listen to football, and that's why I get unbelievably some views on this podcast. These things are nuanced. Are you with me? Anyway, Dictionary Corner, all aboard! So this Joseph Arabi that I actually said went out on a limb and said that there was a news article about this gadget, that is popping up more and more. So they're on about putting some decent money down for him. I do think I'd love a striker in. I got a comment the other day saying that Farke don't know what to do with wing backs. I also think the old guard, I think Ayling's probably better than Bogle in the grand scheme of things. And nuance, right? So we need a replacement for Ayling. But do we have one yet? I'm not sure. That's nuance. You get me? So I think Ayling needs to go. But I think we'd probably at the moment be better off with Ayling. And if you don't know your own bias and your own nuance, that's fine. But ultimately, if you think we need rid of Ayling to get a better right back in, but then at the same time say all we need to do is focus on getting out the Championship, and this player gets you out of the Championship, well, I think Ayling gets you out of the Championship, or certainly helps. 13th of September, help a brother out. Everybody gets a shout out. Shout out to R, Ripper, shout out to Sakamoto Sensei, shout out to Robert Hobbs, shout out to David Crowley, shout out to John Crowley, shout out to me mum, shout out to my cousin, shout out to my auntie, shout out to Tom Scotty and his lovely lady Julie. Yes, yo, free, yo, to the beat so very complete, though. Bish. Boom. JackCity, beach, JackCity, beach. Hey! I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised. That's why I ask no.